and welcome back to the Raw Draw Reviews channel. And guys, we have another awesome Mandalorian video ahead of us. That being the Star Wars Vintage Collection VC-243 Mandalorian Super Commando from Star Wars The Clone Wars. Check out the figure. This did come back like a while ago. It was part of the lineup when they were doing like the Obi-Wan figures, things like that. And again, this is to sort of do this reoccurring Mando month that I've called it. We were reviewing a lot of Mandalorian type of characters with Cobb Vanth kicking it off. Who do we do? Death Watch Mandalorian, and now we're on to the Mandalorian Super Commando. But going back to the card back, of course you do get this awesome looking card back featuring a shot from the series itself. You get his name in the pill, the Clone Wars logo up there, and of course the figure and the accessories inside this bubble. You also get that Kenner logo there on the bottom as well. And then here in the back you do get a close-up of some of the rest of the characters that were in that wave. So you have Boba Fett, Reva, Obi-Wan, Anakin, the 332nd Ahsoka Clone Trooper, the Din Djarin figure, Darth Vader, and of course the Super Commando. You also get a bunch of warnings here on the bottom of the card back, along with the VC number up on top. But I'll go ahead and open them up right here and get him out of the bubble, and we can start the review. And here he is out of the bubble, and checking him out up close. Again, I think the main reason why I bought this guy is because of the like color scheme that goes throughout the armor, with that deep dark red, that gray sort of like tone for the rest of the outfit. It definitely screams Darth Maul, and you can, definitely see that in the look of his armor plating, the paint job. It's very menacing, literally. But I'll go ahead and start from top to bottom. So checking out the helmet, right away, you can see that a lot of amazing detail work went into it, and I love this little like add-on to the paint job. You have this clean sort of like rustic red, this gray color going throughout it, and then you just have this splash of like this scratch mark or like this scar as part of the paint job, and that is really unique. Instead of just getting that plain sort of like cleaner style paint job, you can definitely tell that they mean business, and I like that. Really gives it some character for it just being one of the Super Commandos. I also like how some of these silver parts of the paint job are reflective. That is definitely something that caught my attention. As far as the movement, he does have a ball joint right here, top of the head, side to side, back, and forward. Looking at the torso, again, has an amazing rest of the paint job right here with the armor. You do get that deep red color going throughout the chest plate, right here on the shoulder pads, and just like with the other Mandalorian figure, he was already pre-equipped with his jetpack. So there's the back of his armor plating. Again, has some wear and tear, has that peg to place it on his back. There's no functioning parts on the jetpack, unfortunately, except for the bottom sort of like jet propulsion boosters for like the flame effects. But that's pretty much it. And one thing I did notice when I was taking him out of the bubble, I don't know if the other ones were that flexible. Well, check this out. Look at how flexible this guy's like ball joint is near the lower waist. You get tons of movement, so that's what I was going at. Is he goes pretty decent side to side and back and forward. Checking out the arms now. The arm does stick out pretty nice. It is able to go around nicely as well. The shoulder pads are not connected to the shoulder itself, but they are part of like the actual torso, so that is really nice to see. Bit of a change up. The elbow is able to go up pretty nicely right there. He does have a swivel right here near the elbow, and articulation at the wrist and at the hand. The other side as well. Arm sticks out right there. Is able to go around pretty nicely. Again, that double elbow, swivel, And then there's also a swivel right here at the wrist and at the hand. Checking out the waist, he just has this gray belt right here. Nothing is attached to it. More so, the holsters, instead of being, on the waistline, are right here as part of the, not shin guards, but I guess like a thigh guard, which I guess we'll go to right now. So yeah, his holsters are part of like the thigh metal plating right here, or armor plating. So it's very stiff. You can definitely feel that quality of the plastic. It's not flimsy or like a looser plastic like they traditionally are. So those are attached right there. The legs, he is almost able to go into a full-on split. Not really. I think that's due to the holsters. He sits down nicely, and the legs do go back really good. Checking out the rest of his legs, of course, like you saw, he does have a swivel near the thighs. The kneeling position, yep, he goes into a pretty decent kneeling position. And real quick, I did want to point out that, again, there is a, pinless joints on the figure, so it makes it a lot realistic and better moving, in my opinion. And now looking at the lower legs, he does have some shin guards right here, and he has these black boots. The boots do point down, they do point up, and there is rock ankles to get some cool action poses. And now checking out the accessories, he has the dual pistols. Looking at the pistol here, it's the traditional like standard grade type of pistol model that they use for like the Mandalorians. Has this nice clean look about it, and instead of the more detailed style, this is just solid silver. And he is able to hold onto those pistols very nicely, as you can see right there. And in case you're not going to use the pistols anymore, that's what the holsters are for, so you can just easily slide it into the holster. Same with this one as well. I kind of like it. Usually I'm used to the more flexible plastic for a holster just because it fits better, but I'm kind of digging this like harder plastic for the holsters. It keeps them in place, and being harder plastic, obviously they won't fall out, so they're very snug. And last but not least, he comes with a rifle. Similar to what I was talking about with the other rifle as well, with the other Mandalorian, this one just comes in a solid gray or silver type of coloring, but still has some nice detail running throughout it. And just like with the pistols, he holds onto that rifle very nicely. Of course, there's tons of options and ways you can style him or pose him. It's just really nice having that extra mobility, which I'll get into the overview about, but man, it really does make a difference. I don't know why, but this Mandalorian figure definitely has a lot better mobility than most figures out there. So as an overview of the figure, I love it. Again, for it being an older release, or from probably 2 years back, it is a really decent figure, and the articulation, I'll say it again, is one of the key points that I want to talk about with this Mandalorian figure. I don't know why, but it feels like he's a lot more like free roam, if that makes any sense. Just because like the torso in general, or like the other types of joints, they feel a lot more looser. Even the accessories, I really like how everything fits into place really well. Just overall, a really decent figure. But yeah, other than that, really good figure overall. And just, if you haven't gotten the chance to, obtain this figure or not, I'm not sure what the resale value is worth or whatever, but definitely worth the pickup. But yeah, with that said and done, if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. And I'll catch you all on the next one.